a lot of where the movies are made, right? I'm sure that everyone has heard or seen uh, about Hollywood Boulevard in California and different movies being made here. Uh, so, so some other places too that I'll share with you. The next one is going to be the Dolby Theater. How many of you guys have watched a movie and you might have seen Dolby Entertainment or Dolby sound systems? It's about entertainment. So they call this the Dolby Theater. And each one of these slides have this picture of these places I'm speaking about. So if you'll look, for example, on the third slide in the presentation, you can see how really beautiful this place is. Fit for a star, right? Now, the Dolby Theater is home of the Academy Awards. Who all here has heard of the Academy Awards? Anybody? All right, so the Academy Awards are when the movie is super cool and everybody likes, they get nominated. So nominated. So nominated, right? So nominated means that they are chosen. Chosen for an award. So to be chosen for this award, it's because so many people like, and it's interesting, and it's super cool. So with the Dolby Theater, this venue, remember this word? This venue is the most star-studded. So when you see this word studded, it means that it is full of people. It is full of these superstars, these famous people. And that's in February. And that's when the red carpet rolls out, as they say, and fans take to the bleachers. And a bleacher, to share with you guys too, is a bleacher is just another word for seat or chair like a big theater, or if you go to the sports. If you guys watched last week, I spoke about some American sports like baseball. Remember baseball? So when you go to watch this game, you're sitting on a bleacher. That's the same, and that's how this word is called, except it's more like a chair. Now, so they come to take these seats to see their favorite personalities, and this place is formerly, or it used to be known, formerly known as the Kodak Theater. And have you guys heard of Kodak films? It's like taking a picture, Kodak, right? So that's what they name these places after, all about these different entertainment systems, pictures. So it's all about entertainment, pictures, movies, and sound. Uh, now, uh, so the Kodak Theater, that's where American Idol shows were filmed. If you guys got to see these, so you know when they go to the stage and they're singing, uh, that's where this was filmed. And that's actually home to Victoria's Secret fashion show. How many of you guys know Victoria's Secret? They got some pretty interesting clothes, right? I know women usually, they love their clothes from Victoria's Secret. They could be interesting. Now, it does offer behind the scene tours. So you can go behind this. You can go and see all behind the stage and all this. And that's for 23 US dollars for adults. So it's a cheap thing you can go and see, and see where all these actors and stars got to do their performance with this. So it's super, super cool. So the next one, Jimmy Kimmel Live, and that's a very popular show. Uh, has anyone seen Jimmy Kimmel, the show? Victoria, Arena, have you guys got to see the show? No? Are we okay? I see myself. Can everybody else see me? All right, awesome. I do apologize. So as I was saying, for those of you that's just joining in or might have missed, please go to the slideshow, read. If you have questions about uh, anything that I've said or any words, ask me and I will be more than happy to assist you or to elaborate, okay? Okay, very good, very good. So Jimmy Kimmel, we spoke about him. I told you you can see the show for free. You can have a chance to get these tickets and be a part of the show. So that's something that's very cool. And then you have the address, Hollywood Boulevard, California. Okay, 6840. So if you get the chance to visit, definitely go do this. Again, it could be your chance to be on TV. And I think everybody wants that chance, right? So the next place, and it's super cool. It's very famous. It's very popular, and that is the TMZ tour. Or we have a program called TMZ, but they offer this tour. Now, you shouldn't be surprised if you spot a familiar face while you're on this touring area where the stars hang out. So this tour navigates, or it shows you the places in West Hollywood and Beverly Hills that are well known as socializing spots loved by celebrities. So now it's a bus that is guided by members of the TMZ show, the show staff. So if you see the show, if you get a chance to watch, these people are telling you about all these places. And they're ready to film stars to be featured in the program or online. Guests have seen Rihanna, Kevin Hart, and many more. And of course, you can go to tmz.com too and buy tickets on their website if you would like. So this is just a couple of different places again that you can really get this chance to do, and at an affordable price. And some, again, like Jimmy Kimmel, is free. So the Soho House is the next slide, and guys, it's super super cool. If you look at the picture, you can see like it almost looks elegant, right? It looks very nice. It looks very high level or an upscale is what we call it, upscale. So now you'll need to be a member or know a member to get entry to, and this word is prestigious. So that's your high level or elegant or very well known, right? So prestigious. And it's a West Hollywood location. So it's the same place as your TMZ tour. And it's also by your Jimmy Kimmel show as well and your TCL. So you're all right there together, okay? Now, guest enter via. If you'll see via, it means uh, through the underground parking. And here's another address for you. It's 9200 Sunset Boulevard venue. So let's see here. So, and you also get really good privacy. You're not have a lot of people on your shoulder as well, because remember, you need to have someone that's a member or someone that can, get you in here. Now, taking photos is a no-no. You can't take pictures. Remember the paparazzi we were speaking about a few moments ago? They get tired of this. So this is one place they can relax. So you can't do that. Now, taking photos, again, like I said, is a no-no, except in their passport-style photo booth. And the phone calls must be taken on their veranda, which, with panoramic views of the city, isn't too bad at all. So their veranda is just what their choice. Okay. Now, if you're lucky enough to get inside, now you can enjoy their beautiful roof gardens and kick back in the screening room or below, or grab a bite to eat and drink with a celebrity seated nearby. So if you like if you like, for example, Kate Beckinsale and she's there, or if you like Bruce Willis and he's there, you can go and grab a bite to eat and be close to him and sit and eat. How cool is that, right? I think that's super awesome that you can really take that opportunity. But again, you have to like have a guest approval. But I'm sure if you're around outside of the Soho, you can maybe catch a chance before they get in their limousines or their Ferraris or whatever vehicle they're in. So you have that chance either way to meet them. So the second to last place is again, it's another prestigious place, another elegant place as well, the Chateau Marmont. Now, people like Lindsay Lohan, Vince Vaughn, Jonah Hill are all big names who can be seen in, again, this West Hollywood hotel. And it's possibly all the same night. So maybe they're going from the Soho or from Jimmy Kimmel, and they want to go to their hotel room uh, and maybe have some food. It's all in the same area, same place, okay? So now, located on Sunset Boulevard, the hotel and bungalows have an indoor dining and greenery decorated terrace, which that attracts both guests and visitors, and as one of Andre Balaz's properties, and he's a very famous guy as well, with with a lot of houses, and that's behind London's Children's Firehouse. And that's New York, the Mercer, and Miami's the Standard. And it's no wonder, right? And that's all places that he has that's very famous. Now, just down the hill is Bar Marmont, and a second best option if there's no room at the hotel. So it's a super cool place. If you can go in, if you have money to go and get this hotel room, you can see them in the lobby, maybe grabbing a glass of champagne, and it's another chance for you to maybe catch a picture, or maybe you have questions. Really? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's see here. So that's Jimmy Kimmel Live. And guys, and I apologize, I should have told you sooner. You can also go over on the slide as well and choose if the words are too small. On the bottom left side, there's a plus and minus. You can make this bigger and smaller, and you can click as well. So you have Jimmy Kimmel Live, you have the TMZ Tour, you have the prestigious Soho House, and the Chateau Marmont. Okay. Okay, awesome. You are more than welcome, Glad. So moving to the next and the last one on here, for those of you that like to work out, to get in shape, and you still maybe and you're in the area, there's a place called Barry's Boot Camp. Who knows Jake Gyllenhaal? Does anybody know who Jake Gyllenhaal is? He has some pretty cool movies. Uh, Crazy Stupid Love is one of his movies. Or I'm sorry, Jake Gyllenhaal. Spider-Man. I get him and Jake Gyllenhaal mixed up for some reason. So now he loves this place. Kim Kardashian, the fitness brand has two branches in Los Angeles and others in America, Europe, and the Middle East. So Barry's Boot Camp is around the world at $28 per class. It's a small price to pay to get in shape, like the stars with this tough interval training class. So it's a hard exercise, but you can do this with your favorite celebrities. So if you don't want to miss the gym and you think, maybe I can catch Jake Gyllenhaal or Kim Kardashian, this is another opportunity. So with that being said, each day offers a different focus on the body, like your chest, your triceps, your biceps, and the class is split in between people on the treadmill and people training on the floor, weights and resistance bands, and you'll be ready for your close-up picture in no time. So this would be a super cool place to go and start getting in shape, maybe feel good, see some celebrities, go on down to the Jimmy Kimmel show, uh, then maybe go to the Soho, or then when you're tired and you're full of food, uh, then you can go to the Chateau Marmont and you're increasing your chances by so much, right? To see these guys. So that's why is it loved by the stars? Well, because it's so. In order for these stars to have uh, this figure, for some examples, some movie celebrities need to lose weight for a certain part of the movie they're in. They need to go to the gym, or just for their own personal fitness. So it's a very rough, it's a very hard workout. It's very intense. Remember, I think I shared with you guys this word a couple of webinars ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, intense, like this. It's hard. It's difficult. So for them to do this, they have this intensity, and it's a very if you'll see the picture too, it's not your typical gym. Uh, and of course, that's why they like this. It's that elegant feeling, right? They love expensive things. They love comfortability. So that's one reason why they like this place. And of course, again, it's not just for the stars. You can enjoy too, of course. But you have this chance to do this there. But that's why they like is this comfortability. So, if you're in Los Angeles, in Europe, you can go to these. I know that these celebrities they're traveling. So if you're in Europe, you can go as well, and maybe catch them when they're in Europe. They let you know. You'll see in magazines when they're traveling. You can follow. Elegant, exactly. So very good. So I wanted to share with you guys maybe some information I know about celebrities as well, and I wanted to share with you guys too the people that I see, the celebrities I've got to meet. I've got to take pictures with some. I don't have any more. I wish I still had. I'm out of the U.S. now, so I don't have all my things, or I would definitely have these for you. But there is a show called Full Metal Jacket. Has anyone heard of that? Or the scary movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre? No. If not, it's a very popular movie. Both movies are R. Lee Ermey. So R. Lee Ermey is one of the main actors in this. And before I or after I got out of the military, the army, I used to work in a gun store where I taught people how to shoot guns and I got to teach police and some things. And being in a military movie, like Full Metal Jacket, he's a military drill instructor or a trainer. And he came to our store and he was taking pictures and he was signing autographs in movies and he went into character a few times. And since I was working there, of course, before people came, I got to meet him. So that was very cool, right? I actually met him twice in the same store. One time before I worked there, and then I started working, and then he came when I worked. So he was super nice. He was a much older guy. He did pass away. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. And he's also in many other cool movies like Wind Talkers with Mel Gibson. He's a kind of abrasive, a meaner guy. I do like military movies. Um, The Hurt Locker, of course, Full Metal Jacket is definitely a favorite because I met him. Um, Saving Private Ryan was one that is one of my favorites. movies. Another one is that's a good question. Um, that's a very good question. It depends. I'm indifferent, as they would say. So guns being good for society, it's a hard question. I see good things and I see bad things with this. Freedom to buy it. Okay, so freedom to buy guns, yes. I feel like you should have this freedom to do the things you want. However, I think there needs to be rules because it's such a dangerous thing. Um, Guns in the wrong hands. So that's another good question. Um, yes, I have not with me now, of course, because I'm not in the United States right now. But I had quite a big collection. I've collected AK-47s, pistols, assault rifles, but I've had a lot of training with this. I've had a lot of experience and extremely responsible. I taught police, federal police, FBI. I taught these guys how to use this, be safe, and do right. I've even taught children, 8 or 9 years old, that wanted to go hunting, how to do this, and the dangers of this, and how to be safe. Uh, Now, people do use this very bad. Um, I agree. I don't think some people, maybe with some that have some difficulty understanding this, can be can cause problems with this. You know, in the United States, we've had a lot of problems with shootings in schools and some horrible massacres with these. Um, right. So you're very right. If you have a lot of restrictions, uh, you still can use. It's if you have a history with police and you're a violent person, that's the restrictions usually that we have. If you have this big history, you can't have these. You need to be a normal person that shows that you can respect laws, respect people's lives, and it's not even about hurting someone else. You can hurt yourself if you're not careful. So I've had these accidents. I left the gun store. I've lost a couple of friends to mine of mine by accidental, by mistakenly shooting these guns, and that they've been killed. I've almost been shot by accident. I have been shot by accident. So I understand very well how important this is. But there's a lot of things you can do, especially in the United States, with guns. You can go and shoot these targets, and you can have you can do this safely, um, and to be responsible. So the restrictions can be just about uh, how responsible you are. You wouldn't want someone that's been in gangs or that's killed somebody before to have a gun so easily. And that's a big debate, and that's a very good question, and thank you for asking, Gleb. Uh, so, um, so yeah, so saying that, and going back to Arena, I know you said military movies. Yes, there's a lot of cool movies. And I think speaking about movies and Gleb's question is a very awesome combination because I think some people that aren't so responsible watch some of these movies, uh, and a lot of movies can be fake in some things, so it can influence a lot of negativity. It can influence a lot of tragedies, or just show like how careless people can be. So the two together is actually very cool. Um, but yes, Gleb, please, if you get a chance to visit the U.S., you too, you can go into the same store that I worked at. Just show them your passport, and you can pay, and you can shoot these same guns. Some of the same guns in movies. Public Enemy with Johnny Depp. This gun that he's shooting, the Tommy gun. You can shoot this, so and do this. And in the same store, I've met other people that I've shot guns with, famous people. So we have a couple of shows that's called Moonshiners, where they make whiskey, and but it's illegal. But they have this on the show, right? But they've come in, we stopped our store, and they came in and shot guns with us, and so we had a lot of fun with them. We also got to do. I got to show them some cool things, show them how to use this, teach them. Really, really. So do you get to shoot this in Italy? Do you get to? I mean, I don't know. I know in some countries, and even in the U.S., there's certain states that you can't have some kind of guns. You can have, like in Alabama, where I'm from. There's as long as you're a normal person, you can have any gun you want. Uh, okay, okay. That's actually my favorite gun too, is the AK. In the U.S., you can actually go through like the FBI, and you can take this special. Right, it's right. And so in Italy, I've heard that. So the same in the U.S. too. You can't have one, but if you go through the FBI and you get approved and you pay money, uh, you can actually own an automatic. But they watch you very carefully because they don't want this in the wrong hands. But in these stores, this store that I worked at, you can shoot these automatic guns that you see in the movies. These guns with all these bullets hanging out, the 50 caliber, this big, huge gun that shoots these very large bullets. You can shoot these. So I got to do this with celebrities. So the guy from Moonshiners, his name is Josh. A guy from Lizard Lick Towing's another show, another popular show, where if you don't pay for your car, they come and get this. I got to shoot guns with him as well. So that's just in one location that I've got to meet, 3, 4 different celebrities in Alabama. For those of you that don't know some things about me, being in the military, being in the army, I used to live in Alaska. And one day we were in like a 2 month long training in the mountains. It's very cold. It was well, not very cold. It was around 20 or 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're in the mountains. And uh, my boss or my sergeant, he told us to kind of clean up the best we can. We were having a special visitor. Anybody here seen the movie Forrest Gump? Um, for those of you that have not seen Forrest Gump, uh, not in Hollywood. Thank you so much. I am a little experienced in some things. So no, I have not been to Hollywood, but the celebrities that I've met have just been in Alabama. And so Forrest Gump is actually made in Alabama, believe it or not. So the story is ironic, or it's kind of familiar. But being in Alaska, our sergeant was telling us, clean up, you have a special guest. And if since you've seen this movie, you know Lieutenant Dan, yes? Uh, this guy he loses both of his legs. Forrest Gump helps him. His name's Gary Sinise. You've seen it in English. Very cool. Very cool. So Lieutenant Dan, right? And this movie too. Since you've seen, you can hear this accent too. It's how the different English separates in the U.S. too. So uh, you see this accent. My name's Gump, Forrest Gump. Very cool. I didn't know that. Honestly, I really didn't. So thank you. All right, so my name's Gump, Forrest Gump. You know, my, yes, exactly. Right. Okay. Okay. I didn't think of that. And that's actually how Southern people speak. They speak very slow. very easy. And so when he's saying stupid is as stupid does, Mama always told me, right? Uh, so he's from Alabama, and or the show's from Alabama, or the movie, Greensboro actually. So Lieutenant Dan, uh, yes, yes, I do the same. I try to make this voice because I hear this too, being from Alabama. So being in Alaska, we have a helicopter land, and we're all excited. We don't. They didn't tell us who really is coming, just a special guest. Run, Forrest, run, run. Exactly. Very cool. Very cool. I'm glad you guys have seen because it's one of my favorite movies, honestly. So this guy lands, and he's a smaller guy. I'm tall. I'm like 6'2". So the smaller guy gets off this helicopter, and it's Lieutenant Dan. It's Gary Sinise, and he has this like really huge this helmet. It's really huge, but it's huge on him because he's such a smaller guy, and he's like 5'5", maybe 5'6". So I'm almost a half a foot bigger. Most of our guys are. But he comes and we take pictures with him and we're shaking hands and he was telling us thank you for the service in the military. It was super cool. And he sat down and he got to eat some of our meals with us. So it was very interesting. And so again, like, and he hung out. And for those of you that didn't know, Gary Sinise, or Lieutenant Dan, as we called him, he plays music. He has his own music band, and it's called the Lieutenant Dan Band. So he was there in Fairbanks, and he played music, and so we got to go see this after we were done with the training, and he spent some time with us guys and drank beer, and he's super cool guy, super cool, and of course we're thinking he's like this, almost like a god, some kind of, because you only seen him on TV, and we're getting this chance to do this. So he was very friendly as well. And he also played the president in the movie too, if you guys didn't know, or the West Wing in the show. Uh, so he had that. He's a very popular guy, and he does a lot of cool things too for people. He has a lot of charities that he pays a lot of his money to. Uh, Two other celebrities that I actually got to meet in Fairbanks, for example, has anyone heard of the comedians Cheech and Chong? These guys, they have a lot of movies where they're being silly. Um, some. I watched some shows. There's one movie that I've been trying to see. Um, that just came out here in Russia, T-54, about the tanks. It's actually a military movie too. Uh, I've seen Enemy at the Gates. It's about Russia and the Soviet Union. And I've got to see Child 64. Is it 60, 63? Child 63 with Tom Hardy and Gary Oldman. So I got to see these, and of course it's about Russian. I don't know. It's not a Russian movie. I know T-54 is. I have not got the chance to see it, but I want to. But here I do watch some shows, um, in Russian. Even though I don't speak Russian, I'm trying to learn. But I still watch, and it's still very interesting. I like a lot of drama movies I see on here or in here on TV here, and they're very interesting for me. Um, but yeah, so Cheech and Chong, I met them. They have a band too. They're very funny. They have a lot of jokes about marijuana and being silly and drinking as well. So I got to meet them. Um, so being, just being in my walk in life in general, I've got to meet some rather cool celebrities uh, from being in just opposite sides of the United States, not even in California. Peculiarities of the national hunt. Ah, is that a good movie? Is that a Russian movie? No, absolutely. I definitely will. Let me write this. Is it what kind of movie is it? Is it a drama? Is it a military movie? What kind of film is this? Ah, okay, okay. Peculiarities. Oh wow, that's something very cool, and that's something before ever coming to Russia, I always heard about the Russian soul and how strong the country is since I was a young child. Um, I was around 10 years old, and my mother uh, shared this with me, telling me about how strong the Russian people are and how much we can respect them and about their soul. And there's nothing like Russian love. That's what I was always told since I was a child. So since I was a child, I've had this feeling. So you're telling me that it's about the Russian soul. It sounds like a very good film. Uh, Friends going for a hunt, for hunting, for a hunt. Ah, okay, okay. I will definitely check it out. One of my favorite Russian singers was Victor Soy. It's one that I found, and his music, I love it very much. It's very strong, and not knowing the language, honestly, it's what I've learned. I feel the emotions from this, and so it's what I like. And so for something you don't know language, you don't really always understand, but you understand it with your heart, right? Like you said, your soul. I could feel this. It touches me. Absolutely. Okay. And it's fine because I honestly I like to watch in Russian because I do know some words. So if I can hear this and see it in English, that makes it even better because it can help to me. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. If anybody else has any recommendations, please let me know. If you have more, please message because I will definitely take the time and watch. I find them very interesting in general. To see what you guys like. Um, so thank you so much, Gleb. Really, thank you. I will definitely check it out. And if you could check out next week, the next webinar next week, or the next time I get to speak with you guys, I know there's holidays coming up, and the May holidays and Easter and some things. So the next webinar we have, I will definitely tell you what I think about that, what I think about the peculiarities of a hunt. So thank you. Did your Italian friend, did he like the movie? Oh, you're more than welcome. And thank you. So, again, when if you guys get a chance to come to the U.S., uh, there's so much, there's so much you guys can really see and enjoy, and you can really, let me get fixed here, that you can really make your dreams come true if you've seen these movies. Uh, Gleb, while you're still here, tell me, if I wanted to meet these guys in this movie after I watch, what are some places I can go and meet some Russian celebrities? Like where in your country, for everyone, I'm speaking to everyone, share with me some places in your country that you can see famous people that that's recognized or that's famous. Share with me because if I get to travel, I want to go and see. I want to go and meet. And if you have a recommendation for this movie, let me know this too, so I can watch and maybe I can get a chance to meet these interesting people, these stars. Because that's what I've learned. is that when you meet these people, and I wasn't trying to meet. Honestly, I really wasn't trying to meet these celebrities. I was just doing my job. I was just in the right place, the right time. I guess you can say that I'm lucky. However you want to call it, um, but and I shared with you guys some places where you can do this on purpose. Um, and honestly, these people, they're just like you and I. They just the difference. I think from me and them in general is that, and I do now. Um, they had a dream and they didn't give up. They wanted to do this. They enjoyed being funny, or they enjoyed, uh, just having fun. They wanted to make movies. You see people on YouTube and they have fun making these little videos. And these people, they were lucky enough to get paid to do this. And if they weren't lucky, they wanted, and they didn't stop until they got their wish. Thank you, thank you. So to continue going for your dream and never losing this ambition, this drive, it's very important. So if you guys really want to meet these people, you can. You'll definitely find a way. Uh, so we spoke about today so far. What I told you about some cool places, the Soho. We talked about TCL. We talked about uh, Barry's Boot Camp. We also spoke about TMZ, the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Um, so we spoke about some places like this. I told you about Arlie Ermy, Gary Sinise, Lieutenant Dan, right? Lieutenant Dan. Uh, as well. Let's see. Who else? I've met. Honestly, I feel you know, it's been years ago since I've met these people. Um, so yes, of course. Going forward, I know that I want to meet uh, more of these interesting people. Um, if you notice too, if you ever watch, uh, oh, I wanted to tell you guys, some interesting facts about some celebrities. Who knows Sylvester Stallone? Rocky, the fighting show, or the fighting movie, Rocky. Has anyone seen this? About the boxer. Uh, he's fighting. I know he fights a Russian guy in one movie. I think it's like the second movie. We was talking. I was just sharing with you guys how important it is to stay with your dreams. It's fire. Very good. Very good. So I was telling you about having dreams and not giving up on this and continuing. So Sylvester Stallone, when he was younger, before Rocky, he was writing movies. He was wanting to write movies, and he had a dog, a puppy, and he loved this dog very much, very, very much. And he couldn't even buy food. He was poor. He was trying to make it in Hollywood. He was trying to do this. He was writing movies, and he wrote Rocky. And so, in order to buy food, he had to sell his dog. He couldn't pay for rent. His wife was getting ready to leave him at the time. He had a really hard time doing this. So he sold his dog. He went and got food, just to survive. Um, he finally got a break not too long after, and he did Rocky. And he finished Rocky, and he got his first paycheck from this. And he was able to go back and get his dog back. How amazing is that? So he was able to do this, and imagine the struggle to lose or to have to sell. It'd be like selling your child. I can imagine, it, just to survive. And but he never did give up his dream. And in the moment he did this, he went and got him back. And Sylvester Stallone, I think even now he has pet turtles. One pet turtle is like almost 80 something years old that he has. So, and of course, he's doing much better. He has a lot of movies. He's very famous, but he wasn't always this way. He struggled. He didn't have a very good job. Uh, and Arnold Schwarzenegger too. And I think everybody knows who Arnold Schwarzenegger is. He was being a bodybuilder. He had a few movies. Finally, but he struggled. He struggled with language too, coming from Austria. And so he got into bodybuilding, which made him more famous, and he got military roles in movies, and he got to do a lot of interesting things too. But he didn't give up. And now he's the governor of California. He's not only famous, but he's also part of American government now, coming from Austria. So again, he didn't give up, and he's been extremely successful. So I think that's super cool, super super cool that he did this. Like Big Arnie, exactly. That's another one I've always tried to do the voice, like get in the chopper, get out, right, right. I love his accent. But he's super, and actually with what he did to show to share with you another success that he did was Hummer didn't make uh, vehicles uh, for everybody. They just made military vehicles just for the army. But after he got rich and he got money, he wanted this, and he finally got to speak with the military guys, and they made him one. They made this not so military and made it for the drive on the street, and everyone wanted one just because had this. So they eventually started making Hummers to available to everybody. So that's actually how Hummer got started making civilian vehicles. If you guys didn't know, it was through Arnold Schwarzenegger. So think about what he did, right? He came with nothing from another country. He didn't have really anything here, uh, but a passion for bodybuilding. And then he became a movie star, and he changed Hummer, and he's a governor. He didn't stop. He had this ambition. He had this drive, and that's some positive influences that some actors can have. And just because he had this and he wanted, so you can learn a lot from guys like this. Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Uh, if you know who Chris Farley is, he came. Robin Williams. He had a lot. He was struggling. He had a hard time trying to be a comedian. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Schwartz. Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Was it okay? And so yes, so Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's very prominent in a lot of different things. Oh, you're more than welcome, please. And if you guys, and thank you. And so if you guys, uh, if you hear me say something and you want me to say this more slowly, more easy, let me know, okay? Um, so yeah, so we spoke about some celebrities. I didn't have a lot of material for you guys, but let me know what you want to hear the next webinar. If you have questions, if this is cool for you, let us know. It's fun sharing my stories with you. Of course, anytime you have questions for me about me, let me know as well. So we spoke about places to see celebrities. I told you some stories about the celebrities I've seen. I've also told you about uh, some history on just a couple, and I know a lot of history on some of these guys too. So if you enjoyed, let us know. Let us know what you want to hear next webinar too. Maybe we can speak about musicians. I can share about a lot of music history, about who they are, their struggles, where to find these musicians, and even share some personal stories about how I've got to meet some musicians. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. But guys, yeah, I really do enjoy speaking with you. And I can't wait till I can speak with you again. Please enjoy your holidays, and I will speak to you next time. Everyone, if have a great night or have a great evening, and I will see you soon. Okay, Irina, thank you. Glad, thank you so much. Everyone, thank you. Alex, no, thank you, man. I'll check in for us next time. Okay, let us know what you'd like to see. Bye, everybody.